Hey, it's Donny. Hey. Today I'm going to show you this really cool way of playing a 12-bar blues by yourself. So what I mean by that is you're going to play the rhythm and you're going to play the licks too. And this is a fun way to play a 12-bar blues by yourself and work on both the rhythm, the shuffle rhythm. You can play like any variation of a 12-bar blues that you want. I'm just going to do this typical blues riff, and then you just want to throw licks in between every riff that you do. So you do that little blues riff, and then you're going to do a lick, and we're going to make it all the way through the 12-bar blues that way. I'll show you what I mean. Alright, so what I did there is you start off with the blues riff that I played, and then all the licks that we're doing are just out of the E minor pentatonic. So we're doing the 1-4-5 12-bar blues. We're playing out of the E minor pentatonic shape, and there are an endless amount of things you can do with this. You can add in notes if you want. You don't have to. Obviously, you could add in the major third, which is a nice thing that blues players do. Another thing on that, when you're doing the E chord, you can add in this little trill that a lot of blues players do. So that's something to think about. What you're doing there is you're going from the minor seventh and hammering on and pulling off the 1, which is the E. And one note about this E blues riff is that typically blues are played with 7th chords, but when you add your pinky onto that 5th fret of the A string, that is your 7th note of your E. It's also just a whole bunch of other things you can do. You can add in the blues note, make this a blues scale, which we did at the turnaround there. That's one nice thing about your 5 chord. It's right after your blue note. That would be a B7. When you're on your 4, you can play on this G string. Pretty much anything within the pentatonic's going to work there, because you have your 4 here, your minor 7th is there. So if you want to do a trill or something on that too. You can also add in farther down the neck when you get more comfortable with this. When you're on E, you can use any of the positions out of the E minor pentatonic. You can use your A minor pentatonic when you get on the A chord. However you see fit. You can just play around with this. Some of it's not going to sound good. Some of it's going to be terrible if you're just starting out, but it's still going to be a lot of fun. And then you start realizing what licks and what notes sound good just by playing around with something like this. So this is a great way to not have to worry about putting on a looper pedal and just playing by yourself and working on your lead and your rhythm. The problem with a looper pedal that I've always found with a 12-bar blues, you make any mistake while you're putting together that 12-bar blues loop, and it's like it's pretty demoralizing to have to do that again, just because it takes a while, especially if you're doing like a slower rhythm, to get through the whole thing, and redo it. So this is a lot more fun. Just throw on an overdrive pedal and play along to it.